Hi, this is Kathleen with Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service located at 7000 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code is 21206. Our phone number is 410-668-6000. Website is www.kalventagtitle.com. Hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday is 10 to 5. Hey! Maryland InTransit is finally here. Can you believe that? I hope they did not use my idea or my plan to make this happen, and no one has called me to compensate me for giving this such a wonderful idea. But anyway, that's not my problem. Only God will judge them. If they watch my video to do this, my God will really compensate. You know, we judge all of you over there because I need to be compensated. Anyway, Maryland InTransit is here for us. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, MVA. I can't thank you enough. I'm so excited. When I got the news, I was so very overwhelmed. I said, wow, finally we got something for these people. For these people who come here and they're so stranded, they keep calling me. Yeah, you need to talk to them to give us an InTransit plate. We have it here. This is it. Okay? Maryland InTransit is right here in the state of Maryland. Anyway, I'm very excited, you know. Today I want to talk about how to process this, because a lot of people don't know what to do. Actually, was my plan, and exactly what I said was exactly how it came out to be. But anyway, MVA, if you use my brain to do this, you better call me and compensate me. Otherwise, you're gonna see me over in your office like fighting but fighting with you. But anyway, if you use my idea, that's fine. You know, God will just judge you. Anyway, I need to talk about this InTransit plate. This InTransit plate is not for Maryland residents, okay? This is for people who come to the state of Maryland to buy vehicles. It's not for Maryland. A lot of people, can I get InTransit? You cannot get an InTransit. It's for people who drive to Maryland, like out-of-state residents, who drive to Maryland to buy a car and they need something to drive home with. That's what we have here. It's not for Maryland residents. It's not like you have a MVA flag and you want to boycott to come into me. Please give me an InTransit. You want me to lose my license? No, of course. Anyway, so to do this, I'm gonna tell you what needs to be done, because they gave us this InTransit. There's not much information on how to process. You know, Kathleen always get things done her way, you know, and it has been keeping me in this it's been keeping me in this business. But anyway, cut story short, I want to dive into the paperwork that is required, you know, to do this. If someone comes to you for an InTransit plate, make sure the title is completely filled out. What do I mean by the title is completely filled out? Make sure that title is in their name. Let me give you an example. Make sure that title is in their name. Let them know, have their sister's name on the title, and they now come to you to get an InTransit plate. If they're coming to you to get an InTransit plate that is not in their name, let them give you power of attorney from whoever is sending them to get that plate for them, okay? Because some of them, I've not encountered anyone yet, but I believe some people will come to maybe a state to buy a car for someone else and they need something to drive it home with. So if they're claiming that they're buying that vehicle for someone and that person's name is on the paperwork, let them have that person give us power of attorney so that we'll be able to process, okay? Without the power of attorney, we cannot process. So in order for you to process, make sure you don't process on a blank sheet of paper. Issue. I just remembered something here, so just bear with me. Do not issue if title is blank. Is blank or okay, yes. Like I was saying, if they're coming to you, you see, if it's a Maryland title, all this needs to be completed. You see here, you cannot leave here blank or just have the seller's signature and you want to get an InTransit plate. For you to get an in-transit plate, these two sections has to be completed. Assignment of ownership and application for title and registration. These two sections has to be completed in order for us to process. And why do you complete this? We want to know that this vehicle is gonna go in your name. So we need your name, your address, your out-of-state address. The odometer has to be, yeah, you have to fill it in like you are about to register the vehicle. That's how we want it in order for us to process, okay? We need the mileage, we need the price you paid for the vehicle, we need the date, we need the signature of the buyer, and the printed name. Here you repeat your name again, address, your driver's license number. That is your out-of-state driver's license number you're gonna put here. If there's a lien, we need to know. If there's no lien, skip that. And then check title, get tags. If you're doing title only, select the one that applies to you. Give us insurance information. Make sure your insurance is out of state. Give us the policy number. You sign and print. So this has to be completed in order for us to process. If that title is blank or you just see the seller's signature and print, do not process. That person must. That's what I tell people. If you want me to give you the in-transit plate, you must put your information on this title. If you like, you go to your state, put in your name, and then transfer it to someone else's name. But if you're coming to me to get tags, the assignment of ownership and application for title and registration section must be completed. These two sections have to be completed in order for me to give you an in-transit plate. And if I see a lien on the vehicle, I need the lien release. You must give me this. You must give me the pink slip or give me the letterhead, whichever one they gave to you. You must give me those two in order for me to issue an in-transit plate to you. The paperwork that will be required for me to process an in-transit plate will be the title, properly completed by the buyer and the seller. The buyer, everything must be completed. These two sections must be completed in order for me to issue plates. If there's a lien, like I said, I'm going to need the lien release. The lien release looks like this, or they give you a letterhead. Make sure that letterhead is signed, date, and whoever is signing it, I need the title of that person, their signature, their name, and then there must be a notary seal on that lien release. So if you don't have that, I'm sorry, I will not be able to register the vehicle for you. So after the first one, like I said, is the title. If there's a lien, I'm going to need the lien release. Auto insurance, state auto insurance, meaning the insurance in your state. You can't come here and give me Maryland insurance. Call your state, add that vehicle to your, if you have a vehicle in the policy, add that vehicle before I can give you a plate. And then your out-of-state driver's license. Your out-of-state driver's license is what I need. I need 4 things from you, or 3. If there's a lien, I'm gonna need 4 things. I need the title properly completed by the buyer and the seller. Or sellers, because sometimes they do have 2 sellers on the title. Lien release if there's any. State auto insurance, your state insurance, auto insurance, insurance from your state. And then out of state driver's license or ID, whatever, who drives it is not my problem. If you have an ID, out of state driver's license, I'm free to give you an in-transit plate. Whoever drives it is not my business. So in this case, before I can process, like I said, I need the title, lien release if there's any, auto insurance, and then out-of-state, your out-of-state license. It must not be a Maryland resident, okay? If you're a Maryland resident, I can't help you. This is strictly for out-of-state residents, okay? Do not process for the following things I'm going to say. These things I'm going to say, please make sure you don't process if any of this is presented to you. If the driver's license is Maryland, do not process. It's not for Maryland. This is for out-of-state people. And also, I forgot to mention, this in-transit plate is good for 14 days. Maryland only gave 14 days. We can't exceed by 14 days, and it can only be printed once. Only one time. Once you get it, that's it. We don't give you another one. Do not process, like I said, do not process if the license is Maryland. Do not process that. If the assignment of ownership is not completed, do not process. Meaning, if they refuse, because some of them will come here, I had one that came, refuse to put his name on the title. If you're not putting your name, then you don't need in-transit. So you must put your name on the title in order for me to give you an in-transit plate. Put your name, put your address. Your address must be out of state before I can process. If your address is Maryland, I'm sorry, I cannot process that registration. The next one is do not process if they live in Maryland. If you relocate to Maryland, we request for a Sanders for you. We don't give you an in-transit plate. In-transit plate is for you to leave Maryland. If I give you an in-transit plate and you're driving here in the state of Maryland, that's not my business. I've verified your address is out of state. I've checked your insurance is out of state. And if you stay here in the state of Maryland to drive pending when you rectify whatever problem you're here to do, that's not my business. But if they mention to you that they live here in Maryland, because some of them will say, okay, I live here in Maryland and need a plate to drive right. No, do not process. You request for a Sanders. I'm sure you guys know how to request for a Sanders. Collect their driver's license, make a copy of it, let them fill out a VR005. We fax it to MVA or email it to MVA, and once we hear back from MVA with the Sanders, that's when we register a car for them. You don't give them an in-transit. Do not process without an auto insurance. Make sure that vehicle is insured. You cannot issue an in-transit plate without insurance. Do not process if the title is in someone else's name. So, oh, I came here to buy a car for my sister. If you bought a car for your sister, have your sister send me power of attorney authorizing you to get that in-transit plate for them. I give you a power of attorney, you send to the person will fill it out, complete it with a copy of their license. They send it to me, make sure that license is out of state. It has to be out of state in order for me to process, okay? You send me the power of attorney, then I see no reason why I shouldn't process. I'll give you the in-transit plate. Do not process if they provide you with a Maryland address. If they provide you with a Maryland address, it's no longer an in-transit plate. It has to be out of state address. If they put a Maryland address, do not process. Do not issue if the title is blank, meaning they refuse to put their name and it's just the seller's signature. No. Make sure this is completed, these two sections, because this is where they give you the insurance information. Assignment of ownership must be completed. Application for title and registration section must be completed. Both sections has to be completed in order for us to issue plates. Do not leave it blank. How do we collect what paper? How does the tag and title paperwork look like? First of all, once you register the vehicle, you don't collect their title. You make a copy of that title front and back. We only need a copy. We don't need their title. You cannot take their title from them. So you make a copy of the front and the back of the title. If there's a lien, make a copy of the lien release as well. Make a copy of it. And a copy of their insurance. Collect a copy of their insurance and collect their driver's license. So we need 3 or 4 things. The first one is the title, front and back. Make a copy of the front and back of their title. If there's a lien release, make a copy of this as well. Auto insurance, you must make a copy of it. And their driver's license. Their driver's license must be out of state. Make sure it's legible. When you're making a copy, make sure MVA can read all the information on it. So this is all about this in-transit plate. It's not difficult to issue. It's as simple as ABC, as long as you provide me the right paperwork. Make sure you bring me the title. On the back of the title, assignment of ownership must be completed. Application for registration and title, or title and registration must also be completed in order for me to issue plates. I was looking for the form to do an in-transit plate. I believe they said it was 13313A. I've been looking for that form. I've not been able to find it. I've gone to MVA. They say call customer service. The warehouse couldn't give me the form. I called. They say call customer service. I went to MVA. They couldn't give me the form. So I have made my own in-transit form. This is Kal-Ven in-transit form. You see here, Maryland in-transit plate form. This is for Kal-Ven. Since MVA refused to provide me with their own form, this is my form. This is the plate number. This is the expiration on my paperwork. The vehicle The next line is the vehicle information, the year, make, model, VIN number of the vehicle. The next one is the customer's information, their first name, last name, the address. I also have name of insurance. I have the policy number, where they put me the policy number, and then customer's printed name and signature, and then the agent printed name and signature. This is mine, and then the date. So this covers everything for me. In case maybe they say, oh, the customer wasn't here, issue a plate, this form will protect me, because on this form I have their signature. Because once I process in the system, I have no way of them signing that they agree to the terms or whatever, you know, that I verified all the information. So I made my own InTransit Form. Since MVA is not able to provide me with one, so I decided to make mine. Like I said, the tag number is here, the expiration is there, the make, model, VIN number of the vehicle, the customer's first name, last name, and then the address, name of insurance, policy number, customer's printed name, signature, and date, and then agent, that's me, agent printed name, signature, and then date. This is mine. I use it here. It has my business name on it. Probably every tag and title, so every tag and title agent should make theirs. All my information is here, my phone number. Yeah, so once I have the customer complete this, I made this to MVA with my paperwork. So once I process after I must have collected all this information, I'll go into my system, put all the information, and then at the end of the day, the in-transit plate should look like this with the expiration date. You see the expiration date. If you calculate it, it's gonna be 14 days from the date of the registration. And then below here is gonna have the customer's information, his name, his address, everything, the VIN number of that vehicle. In case he gets pulled over, immediately the police runs this in-transit plate number. The police will see all this vehicle information, the name, address, where he's going to, all the information that the police needs to know will be on it. So this will end this video. If you have any questions, please give me a call at 410-668-6000. You know I'm very good in what I do. So please, you guys be careful, because I'll soon be coming to MV and be running myself, okay? I know everything here, okay? So please, thank you for watching, Maryland. I thank you again for the in-transit that you have given us. It's gonna help us make little change, you know, to pay our bills. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.